Welcome to the Back Nine Six Pack with Mitch and Justin. Let's roll.
Hello and welcome to episode 131 of the Back Nine Six Pack. My name is Mitch, joined as always by my esteemed colleague Justin. I'm going to get it out of the way right off the hop, just so I don't get flamed. Happy birthday to my wife. 30 again. It's her actual birthday, and I'm podcasting with you. This is a long-running thing of me doing stuff on her birthday. If you remember back when we first got our golf membership.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
It was also Super Bowl Sunday.
But it was super warm.
And it was super warm. We're like, shit, we got to go try. I mean, we hadn't played. You were there a year before us, but, Ryan and I had not been members yet. So we're like, hey, let's get out there and play 9. Just so happened to also be my wife's birthday. We watched the Super Bowl at your house, I think, that day, too.
Yeah.
So it just kind of like turned into like a dude's day on her 30th birthday. And that's one of those that you do and you don't think about it, but then you realize, oh, I'm going to live with this for the next 60 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I told you to tell it. Did you say what I told you to say?
No, I did not.
Birthdays are for kids. Take a seat. I'm just kidding.
Just like
Happy
tricks.
birthday, Susie. That was all in love.
Yeah. But yeah, so you got the old fashioned fired up. You got this. I can't get over the Skyline hat. I can't stop looking
This thing
at this.
is electric, is it not? This thing is fucking awesome.
Where did you get it from?
So shout out to Cornwell. He's a member at the Elks.
Yeah.
We have like a mutual friend, I guess. Our friend's son plays like sports with his son. And like we stayed, so our friend's son played after our basketball game. We're like, oh, we'll hang around and like watch his game. Well, her husband had this hat on, and I was like, dude, that hat's fucking awesome. I was like, I want one. And then she was like, oh, Cornwell, who's a member at the Elks, it was like, hey, and they family owns a couple Skylines in town, and they're like, oh, we got him from him. I know him. But she still went through him and got it. So shout out to them. This hat is fucking awesome. It's like a pretty good hat too. Like, yeah,
it looks like a high crown rope hat. It's pretty. It's an electric look with the lilac vineyard vines hoodie too.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man. I've about mailed it in this winter. I think all we got to do is put the stamp on it and just put it in the mailbox, because I am officially over everything this winter. Yeah. I'm over it.
I mean, I sent you guys the text today. I'm like, literally just like, I'm about to crash out. The snow day again tomorrow.
Toughest scene. just we can't. The good guys can't win one. They just can't.
No.
There's no winning right now. A lot of losing. And I'm telling you, this is one. Okay, we haven't had a show since we had our fucking blizzard last week.
Yeah.
Cincinnati got, I don't know, anywhere between 12 inches and 16 inches, depending on kind of where you were at in the city. It was kind of hit or miss. Like some people got more than that. It was brutal. And then it went to like negatives. So last week, my kids, and I know I'm pretty sure your kid too, 2 snow days, Monday, Tuesday, which is fine. Look, our road still has snow on it. Like, I get it. I get the snow days. But then we backed it up with 3 straight 2-hour delays. And I will tell you, there's nothing more useless than a 2-hour delay. Nothing 100%. More useless.
Yep.
Especially for temperatures. So I did a study on Thursday. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, it's cold. It's still cold when they go to school. It was negative. Wind chills were like negative 20 when they would have went to school. By the time they went to school 2 hours later, the wind chills were still like negative 18. I'm going to guess onset frostbite doesn't happen any faster at 25 and 18. I could be wrong about that, but I would guess that it can't be too much of a difference. Like, get your ass in school. Like, I don't know. I'm just worn out. I could go on for days about this.
I know. I do agree, though. The 2-hour delay is very useless. Like, I just close it or don't. That's kind of, you just wreck people's mornings with the 2-hour delay. That's all you do.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but like my last kid gets on the bus at 8:45 normally. What's 10:45? Like, what are we doing here? Like, I don't get to start my day till lunchtime now. Like, at that point, I'm like, she's old enough now. I'm like, I just wish she would just stay home. saved me the like 30 minutes of going down to the bus stop and stuff,
Yeah.
Just
totally
brutal.
Get it.
And then apparently we got like 2-3 inches coming over, or like starting in the morning.
Allegedly. Who could say?
Look, I'm telling you, this has got the resemblance of a flame out. We've had some of those.
I hope so.
The pre-snow day flame out. We had one a couple years ago where it didn't even rain. It just didn't do anything. Like,
yeah. Yeah,
So-
with the snow finally started melting off our roof today. So it was like,
Yeah.
false hope. And then I had no idea what the forecast was going to do. Then everybody's talking about snow days all of a sudden. So yeah, I would be very down for the false alarm situation.
Yeah, but it's already, school's already off. So
Oh man.
kind of tough to turn around at this point.
Yeah.
But real quick, one more thing on the snow that we had. That's the most snow I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. In like one go, yeah.
I mean, so being a weather nerd, you always call me like Justin Cantori and stuff like that. I follow this guy on Facebook. He charges like $1 a month. It's a deal, dude. This guy is like, he might be the best weatherman in the world, and he just does Southwest Ohio, like the tri-state area, Indiana to Kentucky. And he's like talking, I'm up on Saturday night, and he's like, hey, like we're about to get some thunder snow Sunday morning. And I'm like, okay, I'll get up early. He's like, starting at 3 a.m. I'm like, fuck it, I'm staying up. And I heard thunder snow, dude. And I'm telling you what, this snow, I've never seen it snow this hard. I mean, it was like I couldn't even see like past my deck line, like from my back door, which is about 10 feet. That's how hard it was coming down. And then you could hear thunder. It was, I'm not going to lie, it was worth staying up till 3 a.m. It was 100% worth it.
Yeah, I did not stay up for that, but yeah, that was when I went out there to shovel, and you just like, you finally open the garage door and you see how high the snow is. You're like,
it's insane.
It's so disheartening. It literally took us like 2 different shifts across 2 days to dig out. It was brutal.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, for the rest of you that are nearby or wherever you are, you're probably also snowed in. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe, rate, and review the show. Follow us on social media at Back96Pack. Send us in some fan mail about your snow days and snow stories, please. We'd love to hear that.
I'd want to know if someone else heard the thunder snow too. I'm just curious.
I didn't know it happened, so I'm going to take your word for it. But
it's awesome. It's it's like the Northern Lights, man. It's like we don't get that much around here.
No, it's pretty sick. Thunder Snow, also the name of I don't know if Mad Tree still makes it, but it was a very good beer for a while.
Yes. I don't think they make it anymore though.
That's tough because that was many a winter night with the Thunder Snow.
Thunder Snow would be also a top-notch like wrestling name.
Yeah, it could be a good band name, even.
Thunder Snow that's a pretty good band name. Damn.
Yeah, it sounds like more of like a cover band, but
Yeah. An AC/DC cover band.
Yes, Thunderstruck. It came to my mind too. Perfect. Yeah. So I mentioned you've got your old fashioned there. Dry January officially over. I want to get you on the record. I've heard a lot. You've had a lot to say this January. What's the new take on Dry January? You're on a whole new crusade. I think you're trying to save drinking in general at this point. Like what's going on?
So I think this is going to be my last year doing it.
Yeah.
Like a full on Dry January. I think what I'm going to do is, and I'm actually carrying this into February outside of this drink. For the record, we went to a birthday party Saturday night, didn't drink there, and people are like, man, it's only like 3 hours away. Like, are you going to stay up till 12? And I was like, no, I'm going to go to bed. And I went to bed, woke up the next day. I'm like, I might have a drink today. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Just never materialized. And I was like, all right, I'll just wait till tomorrow, I guess. And then really hadn't had anything until I made this. I'm like, I'm going to have one for our show. And I don't know. I think at this point, it's like, I think I'm going to do weekends only next year. Like, I can only drink on the weekend.
Yeah.
Like Friday, Saturday's free game. And I think after this drink, I'm going to stick to that for February. Because I've noticed, I think my biggest thing is like, I've kind of done it now, and I'm like, all right, it's not hard. Even though I had some moments in there this year with last week, like kids' snow days, and I'm like, all I want to do is just go shovel and drink beer.
Yeah.
But like kids' snow days like made it a little hard. But I'm like, it's not a challenge anymore. So like for me, it's got to be a challenge, right? Like, and it's just not challenging. And now it just feels like I'm making myself miserable to make myself miserable.
Sure.
And I think that's counterintuitive to what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's kind of just like this, the spirit of the game kind of thing, right? Like, that's why, to your point about the challenge, like I was like, all right, I'm going to go all full force Q1. We're doing the first 3 months, right? Well, I just told you before this, like, we're doing a little weekend getaway thing. Probably going to be hard for me not to have a drink with my wife when we have no kids around and we're hanging out or whatever, right? But I think the spirit of it all is just like to kind of get that governor on, so you're not like full holiday mode, just like barreling through everything in the winter. Because we're snowed in. There's not a lot to do, there
really isn't. No.
Yeah. So I think to you, it's like the spirit of the rule, right? Like and I think as long as you have that kind of like weekend thing in place or whatever, you've got that governor in place.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. And I might still do like the first 2 weeks of January, just be like, gonna do a reset, right?
Yeah,
kind of just
detox.
Flush the system,
yeah,
reset, and then like after that, do weekends only. I don't know. We'll toy with it when we get there, but I just feel like at this point, I feel like I'm, everybody says it's like, well, if dry January is hard, you're like, you might be an alcoholic. It's like, well, it's not hard. Well, that's good. I'm not an alcoholic. That makes me feel good about myself. Like, it's really not hard. Like, no. And what's funny is people are like, when was the last time you've been to a bar? I'm like, I went to a bar 3 times during dry January, and I sat there and had a Diet Coke with like zero temptation of like drinking or anything like that. But I feel like at this point, I feel like I'm just making myself miserable, and it's just for no reason, right? Like,
yeah.
The only thing I can say is like I'm down 12 pounds. I am working out. I'm working out pretty hard, honestly. So I can't even attribute the not drinking to losing weight, because I'm eating less than 1,800 calories a day. I'm working out. I'm doing cardio every day, 6 days a week. Like, so I can't even like, oh, I stopped drinking and lost 12 pounds. Like, probably not it, but maybe it's helping, but
yeah,
I still think I would have lost the weight even though I would have been drinking. So
yeah, it's funny because I started doing this a while ago before I feel like it kind of became trendy. But I used to do it, and it would be like first 2 weeks automatic, like, oh, I'm down like 5-8 pounds or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not getting that result anymore, to be honest with you. Like, you got to actually put in some work at our age now to drop it like that.
The first year I did it, like 4 years ago or something like that, or 3 years ago. I mean, I dropped 10 pounds in the first week.
Yeah.
Like, just not drinking, and like just dropped it like that.
Yeah.
Now I will say that year I wasn't like building muscle, so like that probably had something to do with it too. I was doing this like boot camp, so it was like I was probably building some muscle, but I wasn't like lifting weights. I was doing like a ton of cardio, so that probably had something to do with it. But to me, I'm like, I can lose weight drinking or not drinking. I do think my drink of choice, like I'm going to have a beer eventually, probably this weekend with the Super Bowl, but I think I'm going to stick to like the liquors. I think we just talked about it before we came on air. Like, it's not going to make me feel full. Like, I don't get like the snack mode. Like, if I drink beer, I get in snack mode. If I drink liquor, I don't really want to snack. But I think I'm going to go back to my like tequila sodas, like a little bit of lime. Like, it's almost like a skinny margarita. Those are like almost zero hangover. I never get a hangover on tequila, like ever. Ever. And that's honestly what I'm trying to avoid now at this point, because I will say the one thing about dry January is never waking up with a hangover.
It's pretty nice.
Enjoyable. I'm not going to lie. It feels amazing. Like,
Yeah, we've
really
had some
does.
battles. We've had some battles with the boys and sleeping lately, especially the youngest, obviously. And yeah, not having that like dread of like, oh my god, he's gonna wake up and I'm gonna be,
Yeah.
feeling like ass or whatever. It's life changing.
It really is. And like and with kind of the schedule mix up with the snow and stuff like that, like I've had a range of where I've woken up at, and like a couple of days there's been like I just woke up at 5 a.m. and like couldn't go back to sleep. And
Yep.
normally it's like, God, dude, I just woke up and I drank last night and like can't go back to sleep. By 12 o'clock today, I'm going to be just out. Right.
Yeah.
And if you don't drink, like waking up at 5 a.m., like you'll get tired at like 6 p.m., but you're not going to feel like that onset of like a nap at like 12. Right.
Right.
So yeah, I think the no hangover thing's probably at this point, after 3 years of doing it, is probably the best part of dry January, is the no hangovers for sure.
Yeah. So the other part of that is, you've been spamming our group chat with all these charts and graphs and articles about, how Gen Z is not drinking as much as prior generations, et cetera, et cetera. I feel like this is like a crusade that you might be taking up for 2026.
Yeah, well, so my biggest problem with it, and this is like the whole dry January thing,
Yeah.
and then look, and like there's a lot of people that like sobers than like the new black kind of thing, right? Like people are getting sober and like, cool, man, like that's your thing. Like it's the righteousness behind it, right? Like Gen Z is like, we're not drinking because it's bad for you, and it's like you're spending your money on other shit that's not good for you. We just haven't figured it out yet, right? Like you might not be drinking, but you're probably doing like Xanax, like Ritalin, like you're probably like buying stuff off the, like drugs off the street. Honestly, what my take on it is, they're spending their money on Twitch streamers and OnlyFans girls. Like that's like, here's my thing. Every generation has a vice, right? And the past 3-4 generations, drinking's probably been the heavy favorite, right? Like that's pretty much everybody's vice, like, every once in a while I probably drink too much, or I like to drink, that's what I spend my money on, like, as an adult, right? The outside of paying bills, like I like to buy nice bourbon and wine and stuff like that. That money just doesn't automatically, for a generation that says they don't have any money, right? Like that money's going somewhere. It's not just getting saved because they say they don't have any money, but like it's going to something. And that's what I don't like, the righteousness behind it. Like, oh, we don't drink because it's bad for you. Like, no, you don't drink because you are socially awkward and won't go out to a bar and have a conversation with somebody to their face. It's all virtual. Like they're the technology generation, right?
Yeah. I mean, I do think that's definitely an element of it, right? Like just sort of the culture has changed so much around that, right? Like going to bars, and part of it too is like it's gotten a lot more expensive, in the last 10 years.
It has, but I think we're lucky enough. Like we have bars where you can go and not spend a lot, right? And like,
oh, for sure,
belly up to a bar, have 3 or 4 beers, probably cost you $12, right?
Yeah, I mean, this might be a bit of a stretch, but just bear with me as I kind of workshop this. Like there is an element of this where it's like that the social media generation, right? Where it's like doing things to like document it or doing things to be seen. And like we go to dive bars, we don't give a shit if like, we're having our picture taken with some fancy drink or whatever. And whoever from whatever reality show had, this drink here or something like that. That's not like how our lived experience is, right? Like we're just there to find whatever the cheapest beer is and, maybe have a shot or two or whatever. Whereas like I do think there's an element,
right? Camaraderie. Yeah. Like
I think there's an element of, the generation behind us that is kind of showy, like does it for the $15 cocktail to get the picture. And that like, for us, that's 4 beers, Yeah,
I mean that is, I had this conversation this weekend. I other than an old fashioned at like a nice restaurant, like I don't drink liquor out. because it's expensive.
True.
Like the places I go, there's beer deals, right? They make their money on the liquor drinkers, like 100%, right? Beer's $3.50, like a tall boy draft beer is $3.50, $4. That's like they're barely making money at that, right? But you get a fucking small ass mixed drink that big, shot, probably $12. Like they're making their money. So like, and it kind of goes to what you just said, like. They're not going and having a beer, right? Or buying a bucket of beer, whatever's on special. Like they're going and like having some kind of cocktail that probably does cost $12 or $15. And that does get expensive. But I think the lost in this, like I saw somebody like this came up like on a thread on Twitter, right? And someone like quoted it and it was like a Gen Zer. He's like, I'm a Gen Zer. And, he was like, I think it's the unsafe people around and like, unsafe environments. I'm like, dude, back in the 1800s, they had shootouts in front of like saloons. Like it's probably the most safe it's ever been to drink in a bar right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like people used to get mad at each other over like a game of pool and like go out and like, all right, let's draw guns and see who's the fastest. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, that's not like, to me, I think there's two things that go into their generation. I think they're not used to human interaction very like the whole like I'm going to go out and just hang out with buddies like in person because a lot of their friends are virtual, right? Like through video games and whatever it might be, like a lot of them are virtual. And I think that's the biggest thing. And then I think, yeah, it might be a money thing, right? When we were in college, like college sounds cheap, right? But like I remember when I first moved back, like the sticker shock of paying like $3 a beer instead of $1 was like a bit much. It was like, God damn, it was like, man, I miss, dollar beer nights in college, So I could see that being part of it. Yeah. The expensive part of it. But I think more of it, it's just, everything's so virtual. Like everybody's jobs are so virtual that generation has never experienced prior to that, where it's like human interaction is like a priority in our life.
Sure. Yeah. And I look, that goes back to one of my goals for the year, right? I want to do the belly up to the bar at least 3 times, right? Dude, I'm just trying to get back in touch with my roots a little bit. It's been a while.
I like we talk, I think in our conversations when I've been spamming you guys, it's like, it like the best things in America have happened when guys have bellied up to bars. Like, I'm sure someone like the revolution was thought of first when someone was like having a pint at a dive bar in Boston, right? Back in the 1700s. So yeah. Good things happen. It's not all bad.
I 100% agree. For sure. Okay. Speaking of getting together in person, we did that over the weekend. Shout out to Joe and Aaron. We went and played some sim golf. Absolutely beat their asses. Dude, don't say so myself.
Hey, you hear that? No, that's the buzzsaw they got.
I had the classic. It was almost like playing a real round of golf where you haven't played for a while, where it's like, hey, this isn't so bad. Start off kind of hot or whatever, and then just slowly just the wax melts and you just devolve into you have nothing. I texted you guys today. I wish I would have taken a picture of the one ball that I hit that was like squarely off the top of the driver head. It's just popping it up in the sim hurts worse, I think, than on an actual course.
Yeah, for those that don't have not done a TrackMan, I'm assuming everybody has at this point. The video like at impact, it does like a short burst, showing you kind of like your club through impact. Mitch hits a driver. And, usually at the impact, like the ball goes forward, like your overview, the ball is going this like forward.
Yeah.
The first movement on your one driver was like up and forward. Like it was like up and then out. Like it was brutal. And I think that was the one you maybe scuffed the top of your driver face.
It did not. I mean, it had a mark, but I was able to wipe it off. It was bad. Once I got the problem with me and I love being in the sim and the TrackMan and seeing all this data and the club path and all that. I'm already a thinker. Once I start seeing the actual numbers, then it just like spirals, right? Like every swing becomes like, all right, what am I doing with, path to face and all that stuff. And
that's fair.
Gets out of control. But we played Royal Portrush. We shot a tidy 66, I believe.
Yeah. We scrambled on a couple holes, but I think it was pretty solid round by us.
Well, you were hitting
early shots.
Yeah, I think it could have been really bad. If we had hit our irons better, it could have been night.
Could have been naughty. Yeah.
Yeah.
It could have been.
Because, like, you drove the shit out of it for the most part. I mean, we were in the high stuff every once in a while, but, yeah, I mean, you were hitting absolutely. It was, like, truly the sound in there was, like, a couple times I remember, like, jumping, like, when the ball hit the screen.
There were some serious seeds being hit that day. I was swinging hard. I was swinging so hard. I'm like, like, I don't even care if this thing stays on planet Earth. Like, we're just going to hit it as hard as we can. Yeah. I like doing that during the winter because I like, to me, it's almost like speed training, right? Like, this round doesn't mean anything. Like, I'm just going to swing as hard as I can. So when I, like, dial it back to what I do, my hope is my dial back is, like, 162, 163, ball speed, rather than like dialing it back and it's like 158, 159 is my hope, right?
Yeah.
So,
I'd be remiss though if I didn't mention the aborted drive debacle. I still don't quite know what happened.
Everything was striped right down the middle.
I mean, the numbers look good, but you felt that you had missed it pretty bad.
It was right. It was definitely heading right.
Okay, so so what happened? I'd never seen this in a TrackMan where you hit the ball, it registered your numbers and everything, but then it just said drive aborted.
Yeah,
I basically gave you a mulligan.
I've never seen that happen ever.
No,
that's a first. It was definitely heading right. Now, the one thing I will say is there was no out of bounds, so like we were going to be in the tall stuff, but on that game doesn't really matter that much.
Sure,
but yeah, it was. And then my next drive was just
the best one you hit all day.
Yeah. I think it was like 166 ball speed, caught a slope and like rolled out another 40 yards, like down the hill. I think we had like 60 yards into the green from the fairway. Like it was.
Yeah.
We did still make par though. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't, it maybe, took bogey away maybe, but it, that was a wild, especially because that, we were playing for the front, the back, and the total, and I think they only lost the back by 1, 2.
Yeah.
So
the front was tough for them, but the back was better.
Yeah. So that was fun. It was a good time. It's something I want to do. I would like to do more of. It's just like how it is finding time to do it, right? But
yeah, I think it was like a perfect storm of like not a lot going on, and like we all had. And even then, it was like we moved the time a couple times. You know what I mean? It was like, it was still kind of hard, but it was good. It's always good to like get a club in your hands. Like it feels good. Like I know, especially with the weather we had that week, it felt like I hadn't gone to the sim in probably a week and a half or so. So it felt good to like get out and like hit balls. But we talked about it when we were playing, like your golf muscles, your hands, like they're just not in golf shape. You know what I mean?
Not at all. Yeah, I hadn't touched a club since the Turkey Open, so Black Friday was, that's 2 months essentially to the date almost probably. So it was tough. It was nothing felt familiar. I had no idea where the club face was. But like you said, it was just nice to get the clubs actually out and hit a few. Definitely got me, the weather's just been so bad. Like my garage, like I haven't had time to clean it out, and the temperatures suck so bad I didn't want to be out there. So like I don't have anywhere to do the speed training right now. And being in the sim definitely got me like I got to figure it out. I need to get back into it here.
You just got to shovel a pathway out in the yard. Apparently,
I might have to, especially if we get 3 more tomorrow. So we'll figure it out. So yeah, shout out to Joe and Aaron. That was a blast. We'll have to do that again. One last thing on the sim too is like, I think you had a great call of like just do like a 2-man scramble, something like that. Like nobody needs to be grinding their own ball.
No.
Doing the whole thing. Like
no, your confidence does not need to get busted January 31st. Like
no, it'll take you 2.5, 3 hours to play a course like Royal Portrush or whatever, and it's a blast. So
for the record, we picked one of the hardest courses on there.
I didn't realize from having watched the Open how difficult of a driving course that was.
Yeah, it's tight. It's really tight.
Regardless of the top, like the pop-ups or whatever, like I would have been hard-pressed to break 100 actually playing out there with how that setup was, like truly. And we played it from like 67. We didn't even go all the way back.
No.
So there's some tight landing areas.
Very tight landing areas, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Speaking of tight landing areas, too, the Pro Golf world, Justin Rose beat the shit out of everybody last week.
Rosie is he's kind of one of those guys that just defies time, right? Like,
yeah,
Father Time just trying to catch up with him, just refuses. He refuses to be caught. I mean, I think I've said this a couple times on here. Like, I used to not like him, and then the Full Swing stuff came out, the first one, and I was like, "Fuck, dude, this guy's really likable." I'm like, I kind of have to like him, and ever since I'm like. I used to hate when he won. Now I'm like, dude, I fucking love it. I think it's awesome. And he beat the crap out of everybody.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think because like when he got to number one in the world, I don't want to say he sold out, but like he became very commercialized.
Yeah, very.
And yeah. I think his corniness felt like very fake at that point. Whereas now it's like he just seems very earnest, you know, he's just kind of who he is. You know, he's 45 years old. He's out there grinding. Still wants to be really good. He set the tournament scoring record at minus 23, won by 7 shots. He was 45 years, 6 months, and 2 days old. So he becomes the oldest wire-to-wire winner on tour since Rocco Mediate in 2010. He was 47 when he won the Pro Tour. And then he's also the oldest winner of the Farmers Insurance Open, kind of in modern era. The last... or the second oldest would be in 1959, 43 years old, Marty Fergal. No idea who that is.
Who the hell was that? I've never even... Most of the time I'm like, oh, I've heard that name. You know what I mean? But I've never even heard that name.
I think that's like the plumbers and firemen era of the tour, right? Like, so that'd be what that is. It's his 13th career PGA Tour victory. He's started 447 events on the tour. Do you have any idea what his world golf ranking is now?
Rose?
Yeah, I love asking you this question because you never look at the agenda, so you don't know the answer. But
I'm gonna guess. If I had to guess, I mean, he's definitely top 20.
Yes.
I'm gonna say he's probably like 7th.
3.
No way.
Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Justin Rose.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
But he's won a lot recently. You know, runner up in the Masters last year, like. Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Yeah, it's wild, man. Plus, I mean, obviously you have the live factor, but that's still like only 4, maybe 4 guys.
And what a far cry from, they took him on the Italy team, right?
Yeah.
For the Ryder Cup, almost as like a, hey, one last ride. You're our anchor. Let's get you out on a win kind of thing. And he played well there, and it's just kind of been like a runaway train since then, honestly.
I know.
Like, he's played really fucking good since that point.
Yeah, he was like 150th in the world not even 2 years ago. And he's back up to number 3.
I've got a thesis about this, like guys like him. And I think Vijay Singh kind of falls on this.
Yeah.
Like, there's guys that are gonna play and work as hard as they possibly can. Like, they're just like workhorses, right? And they just can't imagine a life of like hanging around and playing on the senior tour. They just can't. Like, that guy wants to. Kudos to him, because I feel like at his age, like the grind of like practicing every day and like doing the gym, because you got to have a gym regimen now. Like, that's the whole new thing, right? You got to stay, especially at his age. Like, he's got to be in the gym, keep flexibility, keep strength, because. Really after 35, 40, you lose a lot of muscle mass quick if you don't work out.
Yep.
But those guys like Vijay Singh and Rose and like these older guys that are just like, I refuse to quit. Like, I fucking love it. I think it's good for golf, honestly. I really do.
Yeah, not to take anything away from Rose here, but like, I think this is what bums me out so much about all the stuff that's happened with Tiger.
Yeah.
Like, Somebody
you
like
just don't
him,
know what kind of run he had gone on, like healthy, non-injuries, like no car wreck. Like there might have been a year or a year and a half where he just kind of goes on a run, right? Like because he's just good. He's a high level talent that is just refusing to not wanting to just go into retirement.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what bums me out about that. But yeah, outside, I mean, I think one other note on Rose is like and we'll get to these other stories in a second, but it's all part of it. I think this is like we might be in for the best year of tour, like PGA Tour golf that we've had in like a long time.
Yeah,
like you got a young guy like Goddard winning in Sony. Scotty is dominant. He's already won one last week. You get Rose coming at Torrey here and winning. You got Reed winning overseas. Brooks coming back to the tour. Like, just feels like a lot of things are percolating. They could be huge storylines for the whole season.
And I think it's never a bad thing when your big names are like kind of, especially like you talk about Goddard, but he's not a big name, right? But he's like the up and comer. Like he's kind of like the next crown prince, right? Like he's one of those guys. So I think with him winning, and then you got some of these other big names winning, and especially Reed and Koepka wanting, Koepka back on tour, Reed wanting to come back. I don't think it's a bad. I think it excites me for what we're in store for the Masters, and not just that. Like I really like the Florida swing. I love the Arnold Palmer. I can't wait for some of those tournaments. We got the Waste Management, which not a big fan of the course, but the tournament in general, outside the crowd, the tournament in general always seems to be pretty entertaining. And then we go to Pebble here shortly. So I think this is, it's going to be, I think we got a good, 6 to 8 weeks of golf ahead of us. Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. Back on to Brooks. So T56 made the cut. Not bad. He lost 2.4 strokes putting for the tournament. He lost more than 5 just in round 3 alone. He was 13th overall in the field, tee to green. And there were 20 guys that lost 2 strokes putting or more in the field. Only Brooks and somebody named Marcelo Rosso. They were the only 2 guys of those 20 to make the cut. So I don't know. This is a very big positive for me. I'm not going to lie. I agree. He's never fully played great at Torrey. It fits him from a tee to green perspective, like these numbers kind of suggest. But putting on the POA, and he's not a West Coast guy anyway. That can be tricky for guys like him. So,
those greens can be tough. Yep.
It's just hey, can you figure out the putter? And maybe we got something here.
I will say this. I would not hate for another Rose major this year. I wouldn't hate that.
No,
one little bit.
Rose, give me those. Yeah, give me some of those storylines. It feels like Scotty's going to win everything. So, I would love to see some of these other guys kind of pop up out of nowhere. And then did you catch the clip of Brooks talking about, how he kind of fell back in love with the game, and he cares now, and he wants his son to see him play well. I saw that. Nick texted me. We immediately bet him to win the U.S. Open.
Look, I mean, I've never thought he's been built for a Masters. I think there's too many variables that bring other guys into it. You don't have to be a grinder to win at the Masters. Kind of have to have some imagination, but you don't have to be a grinder. Brooks is in his heyday when he won 5, and the guy just grinds out. He gets in this mindset, especially in the U.S. Open. He just grinds it out. He will. It's like a bludgeoning, right? You're both taking punches, and he's I can take more punches than everybody else. That's kind of the mindset. I don't hate that bet one bit. Especially if he's in that mindset, because it hasn't felt like he's been there in quite some time, right?
No, and we're going back to Shinnecock.
And that is grinder territory, right? It's going to be, assuming it's as firm as it's been in the past, and when we had it there, like grinding out pars is going to be key. And if it's that way, I don't hate that bet. I really like that. I might have to join you guys on that, actually.
I think we got it. It might have been 50-1 still. So
I need to get it before he like wins a tournament, because then it's going to like really move. You know what I mean?
That's why, I was encouraged with the tee to green. I'm encouraged with his attitude. I was like, the number won't get better probably. I could see him winning as early as this week, to be honest with you. Like it would be wild.
I need to make that bet like sooner rather than later.
It would, it would be wild if he won this week, I think, still. But like, he's just a guy who could do it out of anywhere, and he's won twice on this course. So,
and by the way, it seems genuine. Like I don't think he's just saying it to say it. Like it seems actually like it's a genuine statement.
He seemed, from afar, obviously, and watching on TV, but like, to your point, it just feels genuine. Like Brooks, previous to this, always kind of felt like he was just telling you a story. Like he was just talking you into something.
Yep.
I feel like he's got an element of like, some humbleness to him that he maybe didn't have before.
Yep.
And yeah, just, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to have him back. I was always a Brooks guy. Hated that he's been kind of just lost in obscurity for the last, 4 years.
Was it me and you that were the guy, like the Brooks guys? Like we were always the ones that kind of stood up for him, even during his run. Yeah, I always was. I was like, everybody's like, "Oh, this dude's a douche." I'm like, "No, I kind of like him actually." But
yeah,
I don't know. He's just like the killer instinct is just something that's not like guys win, right? It doesn't mean they have a killer instinct. Like that killer instinct he has is very rare, especially in golfers.
There's just like there's so few guys where you watch them and you're just like, they're just entertaining to watch play, right? And like his is different, right? He doesn't, Scotty's got like the shuffle, Rory's got like just like an immaculate swing, but Brooks, just like you said, he just takes punches and he bludgeons the golf ball.
Yep.
But like there's something about his swing and the way he goes about it where it's like when he gets locked in and he's just fucking pin high all day long.
It's surgical.
Yeah. Yep. And there's just something like the power that he has too with it is just I don't know. I've always been drawn to it for some reason.
Yeah. This is a Brooks Koepka fan podcast.
For sure. I'm such a sucker for betting on Brooks. I am too. I can't stop. Patrick Reed's coming back. Look, I know he's not our guy. This total opposite how we feel about Brooks, right? But yeah. I was texting you guys, I was like, man, we need our villains back. We need the bad guys back. Yeah.
And honestly, that's why we need Bryson back. Like he just fucking pushes people's buttons. Like we need someone out there pushing buttons.
Yeah, you got to have somebody out there bitching so that you have something to react to, right? If everybody's just like good guys, then okay, cool. You know?
Like they just take what the ruling is. Like, no, I need a guy out there pushing the envelope, pissing people off, and if he was smart, the first tournament he plays into that hard. Like, just become the guy that you've always been, but just like on a higher level.
Yeah.
Just really lean into it. Like, really lean into it.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I love about what he's doing. So, like, him coming back is a much different scenario, right, than Brooks. He didn't have that special exemption thing that the tour set up for Brooks. But he won the Hero Dubai Desert Classic on the Euro Tour. Just lost in a playoff last week, so he's in really good form. He's second on the Race to Dubai money list. So he, like, regardless of what the tour was going to do, his goal was just to go earn his tour card via DP World Tour events. Because if you finish in the top 10 in the Race to Dubai, you get a certain status on tour.
Yep.
He's going to try to do that. Whether or not that happens, we'll see. He's got past champion status, which the tour is allowing him to use once the fall swing happens. So he can't play the summer events or whatever this year, but once we get in the new year for next year, he's eligible that way. Obviously can't participate in the player equity program until 2030, same thing that Brooks is dealing with. He had an interesting quote, though. He said, I always saw myself coming back to the PGA Tour. I know I have to earn my way back, and I'm okay with that. After winning, I realized just how much I missed the grind and the dogfight. That's who I am. Absolute, like, kill shot to live.
Yeah.
Like, basically him just saying, like, this is exhibition golf.
Because the one thing they can't sell is that it's a grind. It's not. Like, it's an invite. You get invited. You sign a contract. It's like playing for it's like signing the max contract with an NBA team. Like you didn't like grind your way up through like these 3 leagues to get to this point, right? Like you've been in the league for a while, you sign a max contract, and then you go play. Or it's like playing for the Harlem Globetrotters, essentially. You know what I mean?
What it is. Yeah. That's a way better comp.
Yeah. So I don't know. It is. That's the one selling point that, Liv will never have. Like you can't just grind your way onto the tour.
Yeah. And it's, there's actual legacy to these things, and some of that stuff matters to players. And I think, they got their money, whatever, but they've kind of learned that along the way. Some interesting quotes surfaced from Bryson. Did you see this?
No, I did not see these.
Okay, so they had the whole Live Media Day thing or whatever. For some reason, this wasn't captured then, but it was rolled out after the fact in something called the Today's Golfer. No idea what this
Never
is.
heard
Sorry.
of it. Yeah.
But, asked about like the change to 72 holes and all that kind of stuff or whatever, and just in general changes to Live. He says, it's definitely changed away from what we had initially been told it was going to be. So there's some movement that we've all been, I would say, interested in going, why that movement? Because we were told it was going to be this. So that's definitely made us have some different thoughts about it. I've got a contract for this year. We'll go through it there and see what happens after that. Look, it's 72 holes. It's changed, but we're still excited to play professionally and play for what we're doing and go across the world. I think it's going to be great for our team. Is it what we ultimately signed up for? No. So I think we're supposed to be different, so I'm a little indifferent to it right now. Hopefully it weighs positively on me over the course of time, but you never know. I'm not sure. We didn't sign up to play for 72. I think our guy is trying to find an out here.
I think that sounds like a breach of contract probe. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I signed my contract to play 3 rounds of golf, not 100%. 4. Not wrong.
He's definitely not wrong about it. I mean, that's legally probably what it was. But yeah, it would be very funny for him to bitch about playing for 72 holes and then go back to the PGA Tour. So yeah, like I said, I think it's just,
part of the thing was like less golf.
Sure.
More spread out schedule. Now you're traveling around the world, but you're not playing every single week. You start adding another round, and then what happens when they add a couple more tournaments, right? Like now you're playing like more golf than you thought you were going to play. Like, because that was the whole selling point behind it for some of these guys. It was like with kids, right? It was like, hey, you'll be home for like 3 weeks at a time. And when you go, it's not a whole weekend. It's like 4 or 5 days. It's not a whole week. It's 4 or 5 days, and then you're out, right? So I kind of get where he's coming from. Definitely.
That's also, he's got to have time to fill his or shoot his breaking 50 videos and stuff. So,
yeah, I mean, well, and honestly, in him, like he makes a lot of money off that. Like that's popular stuff, right? And he's got a lot of viewers, and like I'm sure that's pulling money out of his pocket for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I do want to have a side note. I don't know if we're moving on from professional golf. But big happening this weekend and at Torrey Pines, Joel Damon has conditional status. The +1 on the final round really killed him.
Yeah.
A top 3 would have went a long way from him like regaining like full status. And he ended up coming in 7th.
Does it not feel like we love Joel. This is a Joel podcast too. It feels like every time that there's like one of those things where like if he just does this, it'll be this. He never does this.
Yeah, it's kind like, of again. Yeah, I think I do think that Full Swing, and I think the new season comes out in March for this past year. But he's got some mental stuff going on. It's hard, man. It's
no shit.
New dad, like he's trying to grind out, keep a job. Like I can't. To me, it's like I've been in situations where it's like, oh, like I gotta like make this putt to, or I gotta play the last 4 holes to do like win this tournament, like a club championship or something, right? I can't imagine playing like the last 5 holes and be like, I don't know when my next tournament's going to be if I don't play these next 4 holes at 1 under.
Yeah, I know.
Like that is not a fun way to play golf. Not,
No.
you know.
It just sucks because it's like one of those. He's immensely popular. Like even before, without full swing, he always had that
loved
cult
him before
following.
full swing. Yeah,
right,
100%.
Like real deep golf fans knew him and knew what he was about. And,
his story and like,
yeah,
he's one of those grinders, right? Like kind of worked his way on the tour and didn't have the most talent, but he just kind of, hung in there and kept with it. And yeah, the tour needs Joel Damon, even with some of these live guys coming back. The tour needs him. So I'm hoping he gets a couple more starts here, and if he keeps playing that way, like eventually something's going to happen, right? Like he might not win, but again, like a top 2, top 3, top 5 probably goes a long way.
Oh, it definitely does. Anytime you're trying to get that conditional status or get your way into that like swing 5 category, stuff like that, every placing matters. Okay. Anything else on golf stuff?
I think that's it for professional golf.
Well, then we can go to professional football, where the Super Bowl is happening this weekend. It feels too obvious with the Seahawks.
That's exactly what I was just about to say.
So,
I'm too confident that the Seahawks are going to win.
Same. I'm just waiting for the rug pull. Like it's like Charlie Brown with the football. Like right, like Lucy's going to pull the ball away, right?
Even though she says she's not going to. Like it does feel that way.
I have nothing against. We talked about this last time. I have nothing against Vrabel and May and whatever. But like this is too much too soon for the Patriots. I can't have them winning a Super Bowl right now. As a fan of a team in the AFC, we don't need this again.
Well, it's just like, they went through 3 years of bad times. Like, it's like, no. You didn't pay your dues. Like, you're supposed to go through 10 years of heartbreak, right? Like not being good. It was 3, and then they're right back at it. Maybe 5. We'll call it maybe 5. And they're right back at what they were doing with Tom Brady.
Well, and the crazy thing too is football is tough this way because it's a bunch of one-game samples. It's a tough sport. Injuries are such a big part of it. And, they've had a generationally easy run to the Super Bowl when you, look at the schedule.
Oh, it's pathetic. It's honestly pathetic, the schedule.
The way that football works, these games are just always so, they're just coin flips. So, they might be... I don't know. I have to think about it, but they could be on the list of some of the worst Super Bowl winners if you looked at it that way. Yeah,
probably. Yeah, and I said this. I said this when they played in the AFC Championship. It was after they kind of wrapped it up and got that interception. I said, is there a luckier franchise than New England? Look, Tom Brady's he's the GOAT. He is. I used to never accept that. He is the GOAT. Tom Brady's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about Tom Brady. I'm talking about just some of the breaks they've gotten along the way that probably took what would have been maybe 2 or 3 Super Bowls into what now might be 6 in the last 25 years or 26 years. You look at it, all started with the tuck rule, right? Of all things, that run started with the tuck rule, right? They lost that game. If that is a fumble, that is over. That game is over, right? They lose that game. They don't win the Super Bowl that year. And then you start diving in. It's then you go back further than that. You're they got Tom Brady in the 7th round.
Yeah, if Drew Bledsoe doesn't get hurt, maybe we never have
Drew Bledsoe doesn't get hurt. You start piling these things up. They win against Houston, and the team that they're about to play, quarterback breaks his ankle on the second to last play of the game.
Yeah.
Essentially let's call it what it is, gifting them into the Super Bowl. And I'm sure we could probably pull another 10 out of lucky stuff that's happened to them, but they might be the luckiest franchise in the NFL. And it might not even be close. I don't know who's second, but they're pretty far back there.
Yeah. Yeah, because I wouldn't even call the Chiefs lucky, right? That.
No, they were just good, right? They're just good,
Yeah. But even you would say, they've had some of the call, the people talk about the penalties and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's different than luck.
Yeah, it's just the NFL.
And it's also like, some of these, it's the Boston of it all too, right? Like, all due respect to Boston, but like, come on, man.
Privileged fans.
Yeah, you already got so much. We don't need you having the most Super Bowls in history. You already got the most like NBA championships or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
no, they don't need.
They need
no more. They're gorging at this point.
No, that's 6 is good. You're good for a while.
I'm going to tell you why I think New England's going to win this game.
Oh my God, I can't. Go ahead though.
The QBR in regular season does not lie. It does not lie. There are 3 outliers to this rule.
Yeah.
Okay. Top 7 QBR during the regular season wins Super Bowls. Outside, Joe Burrow, Tom Brady, and Patrick Mahomes. Those are the only outliers. And you're not going to sit here and tell me that Sam Darnold's an outlier. No chance. That's why I'm telling you that is exactly why. Like, Sam Darnold is going to he's going to fuck it up. I'm telling you right now he's going to fuck it up. I'm telling you right now that you cannot throw Sam Darnold in the boat with those 3 other guys. You just can't do it. There's no way they are winning this game. The Patriots are winning this game.
I don't know. I just think Seattle's such a wagon. Like, the whole roster. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't care.
Dude, the Patriots couldn't move the ball against the Broncos, which were a good defense, but they had some.
They might. I'm gonna say this: the Broncos might be the best defense. Seattle's is really, really good, but I think the Broncos is the best defense.
Oh, I think I'd take
Seattle. They go back. Like, Texans have a top 3 defense. They scored points against them.
Oh yeah.
I think the Denver thing is like you deal with the Mile High stuff and thin air and. Then you get a blizzard. Like, I honestly think the blizzard doesn't hit. I think they win I think they win by 2 touchdowns in that second half with better weather. I really do. I think they were kind of just starting to figure it out a little bit in that second half. And then you get the snow and stuff. And then at that point, you're like, they're not moving the ball. All we just got to do is just not do something stupid and just kind of play it close to the vest kind of thing. I don't know. I refuse to believe of like the last 30 years of Super Bowl champions, there's 3 outliers and those 3 guys are the outliers and Sam Darnold's going to be the outlier. I refuse to believe it. I refuse. There's no way. No way.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just going to I got to stick with it. I just think Seattle, it feels to me like Seattle is like the Eagles were last year. Like, they just were going to bulldoze everybody. They got hot at the right time. They had the right roster. Everybody, for the most part, is healthy. They just feel like that team to me this year. But I could be totally wrong. I
will say this: no, in kind of following the Seahawks through the season, Sam Darnold, like 1 out of every 4 or 5 games would have a bad game. Like, it didn't cost them a lot, right? Like,
yeah.
But if you're playing the Cardinals, like, and you throw a couple interceptions, like, they're probably good enough to overcome that as a team just because they do have a really good roster. He hasn't had a bad game in the playoffs yet. And my worry is, like, is he due for a bad game?
Yeah.
And if he has a bad game against the Patriots, he's losing. It's not playing the Cardinals. You're not playing, like, some hodunk team that's, 4-11. Like, it is, if he has a bad game in the Super Bowl, they will lose.
Yeah, I think if they just got to control the ball like they have been, keep it, don't turn it over, like you just said. I think the defense, like, it's just a bad matchup for the Patriots. I don't see how they move the ball on Seattle. So I think that's really what it comes to, because it's all been like Drake May deep balls, like that's been the whole offense, and like that's just you're not going to do that against Seattle. And Mike McDonald's like an elite defensive mind in the game right now. I don't know. I don't personally see it. Plus, I just can't get over like watching them run Travion Henderson up the middle for some unknown reason on repeat.
That drives me in. As an Ohio State fan who knows Travion's strengths, that's not it.
No, he's an ultimate home run hitter on the outside, dude.
Like, get that guy like on a pitch or something outside the tackles. Like,
yes.
God, for God's sakes, throw him a screen pass. Like, running him up the middle is like, and before they got Judkins, Ohio State used to do that all the time. I'm like, what? Like you're trying to pound a nail in the concrete right now. Like, what do we do? Like, get this guy on the edge. Like, throw him it doesn't even have to be a run. Just get him outside the tackles. Like, that's where he's best at.
Yeah.
That's why you have Stevenson, right? Like, you have Stevenson to run the ball up the middle. That's your guy. Run it between the guards. That's his strength. That is not Travion's strength.
Yeah, I think. All right, final predictions here. I think I might be alt spreading this one. I'm going to say Seattle 24-10.
Whew.
That's my choice here.
I'm going to go 2017 Patriots.
I think that's how it would go down.
And my second reason why I think they're going to win, I think Vrabel's gotten rid of the playoff monkeys. I think he's gotten rid of the playoff monkeys from Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean, when you have Drake May instead of Ryan Tannehill, that helps.
That helps.
For sure.
Yeah, and I think the roster in general is just better than he had in Tennessee. Maybe not on the defensive line, but I think everywhere else they're pretty good. But I think he's gotten rid of the playoff monkeys, and you can say what you want about Vrabel and playoff woes and stuff like that. He's a pretty good coach. Like,
oh yeah,
like I don't think they're not gonna they're gonna have a good game plan. Now, whether it works or not, it's to be seen. But I think if the Patriots win, it's got to be like a 2017, 17-14. Like, it's not going to be if they're going to win, it's going to be played in the 20s and teens for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's going to look as ugly as like this Broncos game did.
They're gonna muck it up enough that where Sam Darnold does make a mistake, right? And it does matter. Like, if they play it in the 24s, the 30s, like they're toast. They're just toast.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Super Bowl will be back in, I guess, a couple weeks here. We can talk about it after the fact. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You got any plans, or are you just watching at home?
Just hanging out here. I used to love doing stuff for the Super Bowl, but I don't know how you feel, but like the older you get, it's kind of like that Monday, if you go hard, is tough.
Yeah, I'm definitely. Yeah, like I don't know how we haven't moved to the whole like President's Day, make it the national holiday the next day. Just
I mean, it's got to be one of the most called off days, right? Like, it has to be.
Has to be. And I do miss like Super Bowl parties are fun, right? Because like kind of makes you lock into the commercials too. Like, people watch together. We're watching a game, let alone the Super Bowl. We're texting the whole time, right? Like,
yeah.
There is the element of that, just being in the same room with everybody. But yeah, it's tough now with, kids got to go to bed around halftime. Essentially, like that's
another thing.
Bedtime, school the next day. Like, that's why it's like we got to figure out a way to make the Monday off situation work.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Because I remember as a kid, like I think one of my earliest memories was staying up late for the first time to watch the Broncos-Packers Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
The Elway flip game was like the first game that I can remember. Like,
cried my eyes out.
I know. I was a Packers fan then too. I loved Favre. But yeah, like that was like the first game that I can remember like staying up for and watching the whole Super Bowl.
So I watched. I think the first one I stayed up for would have been 95. And the only reason I stayed up is my uncle had a Super Bowl party. That would have been the Cowboys and Steelers.
Yeah.
In 95. I stayed up for that one. But we stayed till I didn't stay up for the whole game. It was kind of a bad game. Like, Dallas kind of nuked them a little bit. And I think we stayed till the end of the third quarter.
That makes sense. I have memories of watching part of that game at my grandpa's house. So I definitely didn't stay up for the whole one, but I vividly remember watching that entire Broncos-Packers Super Bowl.
Yeah, and then I watched the whole next one, Patriots Packers, and then from there on out, I've watched the whole game of everything. But that Elway, that flip, god dang, hey. Bad memories, bad memories.
Yeah. All right. Well, it is time. We will head over to the patio, which are covered in 18 inches of snow and ice, and about to get more.
By the way, you saw that tweet I sent, right?
Yes. So
the first summer shandy on a 55-degree day is going to hit like crack. That is
going to hit hard.
It is going to hit so hard.
I mean, at this point, it might not be till our golf trip. So
it might not, dude. At this pace, I feel like Memorial Day is not even going to be warm. So
I know.
I'm going to go first.
Sure.
And I honestly, I had another question. I'm going to this one because I think this is a really good question. What's your favorite, cameo in a movie?
Oh, I saw your text earlier.
I think there's, two that really stand out.
I mean, are you talking about the Ferrigno one and I Love You, Man?
Yeah, I think that's a really, really good one.
Yeah, it's excellent. Oh, what's your other one that stands out?
Mike Tyson and Hangover.
Yeah, it's hard
pretty
not
good
to answer that. God, what is there? There's got to be some in that I'm not thinking of in Tin Cup and Happy Gilmore and things like that. Like Bob Barker and Happy Gilmore is really good.
Bob Barker and Happy Gilmore is excellent. I think that's probably top 5, maybe. Yeah, I definitely think that's a top 5er for sure.
Yeah, I think that's up there for me. I can't think of any off the top of my head right now, but
I mean, Adam Sandler always has cameos. Any Adam Sandler movie has cameos for the most part.
Yeah, man.
I think, and this is bias, and not many people are going to know this, but I think Entourage, my favorite show ever made. Matt Damon does a cameo in that show. He kind of pops in a couple episodes, but he's like Jason Bourne, Matt Damon. You know what I mean? He's kind of like a hard ass. That cameo is pretty solid. It's pretty good.
Matt Damon's famous for his cameos at this point too. I like Eurotrip, the Scotty doesn't know. Matt Damon.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, he's got a lot of good cameos.
Yeah, he's even a part of the Marvel universe in Thor Ragnarok. Pretty funny. He portrays Loki in that. It's a pretty funny moment. God, there's so many that there just has to be some that I'm just really not thinking of right now. But yeah, Mike Tyson definitely stands out. That's electric. Bob, I think probably Bob Barker is the top of my mind right now.
The Dan Patrick cameos in all the Adam Sandler movies is pretty good.
Yeah,
he always just it's 2 lines. It's never much, but it's oh, there's Dan Patrick. Kind of
Yeah, I mean, you got Vern's in Happy Gilmore too, right?
Yeah,
he's announcing. That's another great cameo.
Yeah, Vern. Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, this is
I'm
one
trying to think of a couple more that I feel like I'm missing something.
We got to be missing tons. This
is funny. I just watched this movie the other day, and I hadn't seen it in probably 10 years. Little Giants. Emmitt Smith has a cameo in the Little Giants.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Couple NFLers have cameos in the Little Giants. I think they're pretty good. It's always cool, like that movie, especially because it came out when we were kids. But just kind of your old heroes and NFL players that are retired and getting older, and you kind of see them. You're like, damn, dude, those were playing days. Those dudes they're good.
Yeah, I just had to look up a list of some. Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder is listed on here. I didn't even know he was in that, to be honest with you.
I didn't know that either.
But that made me think of Austin Powers. There's the one of them that has the intro, and it's all different actors. like Tom Cruise is playing Austin Powers.
Oh, yeah.
Danny DeVito is like Mini-Me. Like that's a really funny one for me.
Oh, Bill Murray in Zombieland.
I've never seen Zombieland.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So they go to Bill Murray's house. Like
Okay.
during the zombie apocalypse. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Well, so I like How I Met Your Mother, the show, but Neil Patrick Harris, Doogie Howser, has a cameo
Yes.
in Harold and Kumar Goes to White Castle.
That's pretty good.
That's a good one too. That's a really good one. Like it's like a short stint in the movie, but it makes the movie.
Man, I totally forgot David Bowie's in Zoolander. Completely forgot he's like the judge in that.
Oh yeah.
In that one scene. Yeah, that's really good. I'm just scrolling through.
Okay, I just searched it. Oh yeah, Liam Neeson's in Anchorman 2.
I never saw Anchorman 2. I know.
What? Oh my God.
I'm not gonna lie to you, like Anchorman is good. I realize it's good, but it's not my favorite Will Ferrell movie. So like I never saw Anchorman 2.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, I mean, I think the ones that I'm scrolling through this list. I'm like, these don't seem that amazing. So I think we
did hit the best ones. I've seen the movie The Big Short. I just saw this when I just searched it. So like Margot Robbie does a cameo in it. Anthony Bourdain does a cameo in that movie. But it's such a serious topic, it's kind of hard to have a funny cameo in that.
Oh,
Selena
man.
Gomez has one in that one as well.
You definitely would recognize the Tom Cruise character from Tropic Thunder. It's like the studio exec guy with the glasses and he's bald.
Yeah, okay. Now that doesn't look like Tom Cruise, by the way.
No. Yeah, studio exec Les Grossman.
By the way, they have Lou Ferrigno. I'm looking at a list right now, ranked as the 22nd best cameo.
Yeah, it's pretty low.
That's wild.
Yeah,
like the part where he keeps calling him the Hulk and not Lou. Like that part is like one of the funniest parts in that movie. He's like, "I'm sorry, Hulk," but he's like, "Stop calling me Hulk."
Yeah, his appearance in that movie is great. By the way, if anybody caught that audio, sorry, there was an ad that started playing on the website I was on.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I don't know if you could hear it on your end, but I could hear it.
Apparently Jimmy Buffett did a cameo in Jurassic World.
Another movie I haven't seen, but I
seen
didn't know
that
about
movie.
that.
I don't remember that though.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd does a cameo in Casper.
Really?
Like as the Ghostbusters.
Oh.
I'm looking right at the picture right now.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I saw Casper a lot as a kid, but I haven't seen it. Oh my God.
I cannot believe I didn't think of this one. Because I love Back to the Future. Huey Lewis and the News are in Back to the Future.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen that.
I love Back to the Future. Those are some of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
God, hold on. I just want to go through this list and make sure I don't miss one. Like I never saw the movie Funny People. You ever seen the movie Funny People? I don't think I've seen that. I know what it is. Matt Damon comes in at 11 in Eurotrip, which seems wildly underrated. Just for the record, the song he sings is like the millennial generation everybody knows. Scotty doesn't know.
Yeah, that might be like the best like made for movie song of all time.
I don't even think there's a close second.
No. Like a song that only exists within like a movie or a show. Yeah.
Yeah. So the one you brought up came in 9th. The cameo in Austin Powers Gold Member. Tom Cruise, Gwyneth Paltrow, Kevin Spacey, Danny DeVito, Steven Spielberg, and Austin Powers.
Yeah.
That came in 9th.
That was a good one. I forgot it was Goldmember.
Bob Barker and Gilmore comes in 7th.
Yeah.
That's
I think
wildly underrated too, honestly.
I think so.
Neil Patrick Harris and Ryan. I didn't know Ryan Reynolds was in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castles.
I don't remember it, but that tracks. Like, he was floating around that world that time.
Hold on, I have to see what number 1 is.
What website are you on?
It's just it's someone that did this.
Okay.
I don't know.
Independent blogger.
Yeah.
They're on the case.
Harrison Ford and Bruno was number 1.
I don't think I've ever seen Bruno all the way through. I've just seen clips.
I've never seen Bruno, period. I don't know if I've ever even seen like a minute of it.
Yeah.
That's a terrible number 1. I'm not going to lie. That's
list is discredited.
You know, and here's the thing. Mike Tyson's not even on the list. He wasn't even on the list, which is wild because he's in like all 3 of them, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's nonsense.
Yeah, boo on that list. That list stinks.
Yeah.
Take it away. All right. Well, I think before we do another episode, the Olympics will have started. We got a Winter Olympics this year.
Yeah, opening ceremonies Friday.
Yeah, opening ceremonies. Winter Olympics, I think, are kind of like sneaky underrated. I think the Summer Olympics kind of get the big billing.
Yeah, and that's the original, right? Like,
yeah, more traditional sports, that kind of thing. But I guess my question simply is like, what's your favorite event of the Winter Olympics? Like, what draws your attention?
I mean, everybody's gonna be like curling. It's not my favorite one, by the way.
No. Curling's more of like a novelty. Like, I enjoy watching it, and it's kind of like fun to talk about for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's fun.
But that's kind of where it stops.
Man, I'll tell you, I'm a sucker like for a half pipe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of X Games
like,
stuff.
It's pretty good. For the record, quick plug. I know there's a movie, right, about the miracle. Netflix just rolled out a documentary about the Boys of 80. That's what they call it.
Wow.
Dude, I will tell you this. If you don't cry during it, you're not a sports fan for sure. And you definitely might be like the worst person in the world. Like, it's what the movie doesn't do is like it actually shows the real people, right? Like, and it talks to them about their experience and, in their life, like what was going on in their life at the time. Like, there's some really, really, really good stories within the story about some of those guys on the team. But, I know we don't do amateur hockey players anymore, but like hockey is, you kind of know it's going to probably come down to us in Canada, like, and even though it's like a bunch of pros playing, like, it's still fun to kind of like beat Canada, being one of the worst countries in the world, it's always fun to beat our little brother up north kind of thing. I like hockey. I half pipe hockey. Like a cool one that gets kind of like passed over is probably like the what did they? I can't remember what they call it, but like they try to jump long like with skis.
I think it's just ski jump.
Yeah, ski jump. That dude, those guys are like that is insane.
Yeah, they're like flying, literally
flying. They're human projectiles. Like,
yeah,
I know that's like not very like. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on, but it's kind of cool. Like, yeah, I don't know if I had to narrow it down. I feel like half pipe is probably my favorite, or like a luge. Yeah, like the luge or bobsled is probably up there too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you with hockey. I think like I don't really watch NHL at all. I'll tune into the playoffs eventually. But yeah, the Olympic hockey just hits different for whatever reason. It just does.
Yeah, even with the pros playing, like they still care enough that it's like this means something.
Yeah, I don't know why. There's just some sports to me that like lend themselves more to like the international teams than like the pro teams. Like, yeah, I feel this way about soccer too. Like the World Cup, right? Like it's superior to anything else in the world. Yeah. And that includes like, Champions League, Euro, like
any La Liga, all that, like
Yeah.
superior to that for sure.
There's just something about like I feel like same way with hockey for that.
Well, I think those sports don't get an international stage other than when they play in on like NFL is like you can watch it in any country, right? Like you don't and we're so much better than everybody else at that sport. But like hockey and soccer and like they don't get an international stage other than when they play like World Cup or Olympics. So I think it's like kind of one of those things where it kind of means more because of that. I don't know.
It's possible. The other one, I freaking love short track speed skating.
Dude, okay, I thought it's like I forgot that. I'm like, speed skating's elite. It is.
It's so sick. Like it's like the swimming events, right? For the summer ones to me.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of different ones, right?
Like you got like lengths,
the long ones, you got the shorter ones, you got the sprints and stuff like. Yeah, that's pretty good.
And it's just like it's so fast and like so like feels like it's on a razor's edge, like literally on a razor's edge. I don't know. The speed skating just always captures my attention.
And I think just like gymnastics, figure skating is the most like. I think they have the best announcers.
Yeah, well,
yeah, they're like judging the judges. Like, oh, this guy's tough on this, and you're like, I don't really know what the fuck he's talking about, but I'll take his word for it. I don't really like figure skating, but I think they have the best announcers for sure because it's like that's like the mainstream, the one that women want to watch, right? Like that's It's same with gymnastics. Like my girls, when the summer was on, I don't know, like 2 years ago, was it like 2-3 years? No, it was 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
That's all they wanted to watch was the gymnastics. Like they didn't want to. Like I'm like, dude, give me the track and field, handball. Like that's the stuff in the summer I want to watch. But they love gymnastics. I think it's the same way. Like figure skating is like that's the one the women want to watch.
I mean, I'm on record on the show. I hate the adjudicated events. Like anything that's like
it's stupid. It's so stupid. It's dumb.
But same point at the same time, like the half pipe stuff. That is that way too. Like I don't know. But I don't know. I
will say this, not my favorite, but I think the most impressive sport, cross country skiing.
Yeah.
That's the one where you're like, okay, we have all these like really good athletes. These people might be the best athletes.
We also get like the biathlon stuff where it's like, them shooting and also cross country skiing.
Yeah, we do.
Like, there's some sick events.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we have all these great athletes and they're like really good at some like one thing.
Yeah.
But like those people might be like the best athletes.
Yeah, it's possible.
Because like cross country skiing, I've been on a pair of skis once in my life. I couldn't imagine not going down a hill on them and like having to like propel myself forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that cannot be easy. And then I don't know how far they do it. I'm going to guess it's many, many miles that they do this on.
I assume so too, yeah.
I would guess it's at least 20. It's probably close to a marathon is my guess.
Yeah. There's probably different disciplines, different distances and stuff like that.
But yeah, I would guess they're the most in shape athletes for sure.
I mean, their leg strength has to be...
It's just magnificent. Could you imagine the calves on those guys? Like, dude,
I mean, the quads got to be just... Oh.
I mean, oh, God. And honestly, arms, too. Like, there's a lot of arms that probably go into that.
Truly, you might be onto something with the best athlete thing. Like, because the core, I just imagine the core strength, too. Like, it's all...
I gotta look it up now. How far do they go ski in cross-country skiing?
Like, can you imagine how bad your quads would be burning after, like, the first 100 feet? Just, like, if you were just to go do this tomorrow.
Oh, God, dude. I'd give up, like, a tenth of a mile in. Like, 500 feet, I'd be like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah.
Okay, the sprints are about a mile.
Okay.
So there are sprints. Dude, you're not going to believe this. Some of the long distances can be as long as 42 miles.
Oh.
40? Could you imagine 42 miles?
You think it's faster than running? I guess you get some like coasting and downhill, right? Like a little bit.
I'd be shocked if it was faster than running.
Like it's got to be. It has to be less strenuous to ski 42 miles than it would be to run it. But I mean, I don't know. It also just all of it seems impossible. I can't even like fathom like if you had to start me on an uphill, I don't know that I'd ever get going on ski. You know what I mean? Like I'd just never go.
There is times where they can kind of coast, but it's not a lot.
No, it definitely seems like they're actually like working most of the time.
Okay, so 31 miles was done in 3 hours and 28 minutes. That's the world record.
Okay. So yeah, it is
fast. Quicker than running, probably.
Yeah. But still.
What's the world record in a marathon, which is like 23-ish miles? And then like 2 hours and
26.2.
And it's like 2 hours and 40 minutes or something like that, or 30 minutes, something like that. You add another.
Jesus, it's 2 hours. It's almost 2 hours flat.
No, so it's not as fast as running. Because you got to add like another 6 miles, but it's 3 hours and 28 minutes. Like that's the world record.
So it takes longer. Jeez,
that's honestly kind of insane thinking about. I would have assumed the skis were faster.
I guess they're just way less efficient on uphills. It has to be what it is.
I think that's probably where you lose. That's probably where you lose your time at for sure.
Yeah, because I feel like you're probably like you can only go so fast uphill on skis, but like running, you can increase it. I think.
Yeah, you're only going so fast on skis up a hill.
Yeah,
but I'm excited. I think Italy's going to be a good host. I really do. I think I don't know much about the Italy skiing scene or winter scene, but I don't know. I think they're going to be a good host. I'm looking forward to it. Olympics are Olympics to me. I don't know.
Yeah, it just feels
cool
like
watching people represent their country.
Yeah, I was. I forget what I was listening to, but somebody had made the point where like, COVID impacted the Olympics for a good number of them, like because and a lot of them were in Asia. At that time, so it was like you had Beijing, Tokyo, South Korea. I think 3 in a row that were all down there. So like when getting back to Paris and then like having that be like such a world stage that it is as a city, and then now we're you're back into Italy for the winter, and then coming to the U.S. LA for the summer next time. Like kind of like an opportunity for the Olympics to get back to really meaning something. So that'd be cool.
Yeah, call me crazy. I think we've talked about it a little bit, and we're kind of doing the math and like, all right, like we're going to have like an 8-year-old, a 12-year-old, and like a 15-year-old. Like we're tossing around the idea of going out to LA for some events.
Yeah.
In 28.
That would be sick. I think
I've never been to the Olympics.
No, me either.
I think it would just be cool, and I can't imagine the tickets to some stuff is very expensive. Like if you're like, I want to go watch like one sand volleyball. Like I can't imagine they're like, hey, it's gonna be $200.
Yeah.
Now it might be for the U.S. team, but like if you're gonna go watch like Chile versus Argentina and sand volleyball, like you're probably getting those tickets for like $10. You know what I mean?
Probably.
But I think you can. I honestly have no idea how the ticketing system works for the Olympics. Like, do you just buy a pass that can go to all the events? Like, how does that work? I have no idea. But we tossed around the idea. We're like, we're gonna have some like older kids. Like, I think they would probably really enjoy that. And like, I would enjoy it. You know what I mean? I've got a couple teammates from college that live out that way. I'm like, we can throw a whole trip together. But I think we're tossing around doing the 28. I feel like if it's in America, it's like almost impossible to be like, I'm not going to at least make an attempt to go see it.
Yeah, and you could do something where like you just go out that way and then make, a day trip or whatever into LA.
A couple days you go see some events and like, oh, we did it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's worth investigating for sure.
Yeah, I like the opening ceremonies. I always think you kind of get the culture. I always, kind of see what they've got to offer. France kind of laid an egg on the opening ceremony. I didn't think it was very good. kind of
Yeah,
weird.
they got bodied by the weather a little bit.
Yeah,
Like, it was going to be pretty cool, but I think it was like rainy and cold
yeah.
and weird. So
So I'm looking forward to see what Italy's got for us. They've got a cool culture, so I think they might have something cool in store for us. But I'll be watching on Friday.
yeah, for sure. All right. Well, thank you all for listening. Please, as always, subscribe, rate, review the show. Follow us on social media at Back96Pack, and send us some fan mail. Let us know about your movie cameos, about your favorite Olympic events, all that good stuff. But until next time, hopefully the snow melts. We don't get that much tomorrow. Please, God. And until next time,
Help me.
Cheers. Help. Cheers.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Back 9 Six Pack. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Back 9 Six Pack for all your content needs. We'll see you guys next week. Cheers.